That time heals all things. Time restores all things. Nalayo. There is a deliberate work that has to be involved. Listen to me, the passage of time counts for nothing. It is actually what happened in between time. When Kairos comes and Chronos is not maximized, Kairos will be aborted. Because what comes out of Kairos is dependent on the investment of the Chronos. That is why Jesus spoke to them. He said, there is a Kairos coming, but for now, wait on me. So if Jesus demands of you a certain kind of posture, attitude, and lifestyle in the Chronos, and you abdicated the duty and absconded from obedience, and then Kairos comes, you just appear. Just because Kairos appeared, you will be left with nothing. Somebody advised me many years ago that I should wait till I'm 40, then I will start ministry. He was actually trying to, his good intention. He said I should enjoy life, that this ministry is labor, and he's correct in that sense, because I've labored myself and aged more than my age. But, and I ask myself, is Kairos in my hands? Is anybody here that Kairos is in his hands? The Kairos is such a thing. According to Jesus in the book of Acts chapter 1, he said that there is something that is put in the authority of the Father, and that is a Kairos. The duty of man, therefore, is to invest appropriately in the Chronos. And your strength in the Chronos is simply what determines what will be made out of the Kairos. Why worry your head about the Kairos when you are not yet doing anything about the Chronos? Even if the Kairos comes, we will still be incompetent in maximizing that. Are you following me now? I decided to stand up and fight. Some days I will fast for 30 days and my father will meet me where I'm fasting and tell me, my son. Somebody help me and say, my son. My father rarely calls me my son. You know, the old fathers, the old Igbo fathers, they don't believe in this relational thing. You carry your son, carry him on your shoulder, and then when we snap picture with him, take him out. You want him to lose his teeth. If he carries you, he will lose his masculinity. Are you an Igbo man, my brother? How many times your father take you out? God, I beg you. So, my father met me and told me that the way I'm fasting, I might die is by grace. And I'm asked a question. Is there not a cause? If you don't want me to fast, let things change. Is there not a cause? Because the way things were happening in my family, I was almost becoming what an average pastor's child will become, which is to doubt the same God that they served. Because it looks as if the condition, the way they are presenting, it looks as if our condition was caused by the God we are serving. And I'm deciding by myself that I will not serve this God that puts us in this kind of condition, except there is something about our God we have not stumbled upon. So I said, I must find a solution. I must stay. I fought. Let me tell you something quickly as I round up. Justice must be pleaded for. If you feel you lost something, you have to apply for it. You have to catch the person stealing from you. The scripture said, if you catch a thief, he will pay you 7 times. Many of us have not caught the thief. We are not even behaving. It's physically, we are looking very serious, but in the spirit, we are snoring. We are not agile. We are not doing as if what we lost is troubling us, or what we are losing is troubling us, or the things happening around us is something that need to change, or that God need to shift levels around our life. I've fasted for many years, for long, but one December, just as you are saying, sir, I decided to fast for 3 days. But I decided to fast for long, but on the 3rd day I became very tired, so I broke the fast. Then I continued again. 2 major things happened. Number 1, I found myself in an encounter in the heavens, and I saw a setting of a court session. Listen to me, you notice that I'm still explaining Luke chapter 18. If you don't see prayer and spiritual things as a court session, if you just see it only as father and son, you will forget about the fact that God has other things within his purpose and within his universe that he's trying to put together. Imagine God asking Satan, how you are faring. That's how I interpret Job chapter 1. He says, Satan, where you they go? Where you they go? Satan says, Oga, I just they move up and down. You know, say, have you seen? It is discussional. Imagine God. That means God is still interested. Let me leave it that way. Even Satan needs God to keep things in balance for him to even become an adversary. Yes, and that is why Satan never works until he finds out what God has spoken. Everything is hinging upon God speaking. And Satan is not troubled when God has not spoken, because he knows that we are just exerting ourselves. But if God speaks, even Satan, nobody can do anything again after God has spoken. In fact, even Satan plots and plans when he knew or knows what God has spoken about you. So what happened is that I found myself within a court session, and I saw some elders this side, and I saw some elders this side, and I was sitting one side. In that location, I was not permitted to speak. But I noticed something, that in that council, that there are two groups, I will now say 3 groups of people. The duty, what is being deliberated. Now, are you hearing me? Believe it or not, this is how issues of destinies are decided. Once you petition a matter in heaven, and it is a matter that is in need of judgment and justice, you cannot make out judgment until you have obtained a verdict. And that is what believers are. They are not strong enough to obtain verdicts. We need to know how to obtain verdicts concerning situation. Obtain a verdict. Are you following? Are you with me? Some of those elders now started speaking. They are not against anybody. They are considering purpose. You know that God's election is according to purpose, not according to favoritism. I believe you know that's the scripture. So, according to purpose. So they were just, I was privileged. And I believe the reason why I'm privileged to be in that kind of encounter is to also teach and help others. I know I'm not speaking to everybody, but this thing I'm saying might help a few people. Not just here, maybe people following us online. Watch. So, some were saying that this kind of thing is too strong to be given to this young man. They are making cases. It was a court session. Then it dawned on me why God sent me on that fasting. You see, as a human, I could have postponed my fasting and prayer. What you don't know is that there is something decided concerning your destiny at that moment. Or there is a petition Satan is making, or there is a plan he is cooking. And God just steers you. That steering is a kind of perception. He just makes you, maybe to organize a meeting like this. It's not about big or small. It's just about obeying. Are you with me? In fact, it's not sometimes about how long you prayed or how long you fast. It's first about obedience before it is about sacrifice. Can you hear me? It is first about what? Before it is about sacrifice. As a matter of fact, sacrifice, as powerful as it is only powerful on the day of obedience. If obedience is missing, sacrifice will be impotent. God said, if I had not obeyed to bring myself in a position where I will be spiritually agile, to make claims for myself to be avenged on this court, I will be absent, self. I'll be absent where my matter is being decided. So I was sitting there, though I was not contributing, but I was there. And some were against me, not because of me, but they are just feeling that it shouldn't be me. But in that same place, there was another group of people that were for me. So that's when I realized that in our race, according to the scripture, in the book of Hebrews chapter 12, that we have a great cloud of witnesses. Are you seeing it now? When you know this kind of thing, there is a posture you take. The witnesses are like men on the gallery, like those men on the gallery there. They are on the gallery. They have finished and they have been perfected. The Bible calls it the spirit of just men made perfect. They are just watching. But unfortunately, according to that book of Hebrews, I think 11 or 12, he said that they will not receive their reward without us. They need us to be complete. Not because we are bigger than them, but because the project of God is transgenerational. Are you with me now? So as I was sitting, some of them spoke so well about me. But some remained neutral. But it looked as if in that court, that the people speaking for me was far more than the people that spoke against me. That's how I came out from that encounter. And then I went for a ministration. After that ministration, my ministry shifted. That ministration was just a platform for God to show me what has happened. It's not the ministration that is what has happened, but needs an avenue for it to manifest. In that ministration, before I ministered, I had another encounter because I was still fasting. Are you with me? I was fasting and praying. And I was brought to the throne in heaven. Why is this thing cut? And I saw where I was knelt down and Jesus was sitting. And a jar, very big jar of oil was brought. And the Lord was pouring that oil on me till it finished. And the Lord said, from today, the angel of my presence will follow you in your ministry. No, don't clap for me. Don't clap. I'm just trying to steer you to pray. That administration was a redemption camp some years ago. After that moment, it looked as if I could not be stopped. Brothers and sisters, things happen from the realm of the spirit. Even if you try to stop what I'm doing, it looks as if it is even getting stronger. You can't stop a man that God has put his hands upon. What is testifying about the man's life is from the throne in heaven. Anytime the man appears before a situation, he's coming with a verdict obtained from a justice session that took place in the heavens. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Similar situations can manifest, but you have already obtained what? A verdict. It was after that time I came back, and I think we were having a program, and suddenly my father looked at me like this and said, you are a man of God. And I'm wondering, what was I before? Because I've been doing this thing I'm doing all my life. All my life. By age 14, I finished my Bible many times. By age 14. By age 19, I'm already ordained a pastor in training because my father was a pastor. I got born again age 11. That is when I made conscious declaration. I've been doing this all my life. Nevertheless, there was a point where even the men that they believe that you have a calling, but there is a point that they say you are a man of God. That point, it comes with a verdict. And that is why they spoke about Jesus. He said that he prevailed. They didn't say he was lucky. They said he was worthy. He didn't say he's lucky. It's not a luck matter. The seals that controls what happens. How a man breaks into the point where he's the one that dictates what happens. You know why I'm saying this thing? I see certain people here. The Lord wants to make you the strong man of your family. But there are forces and contentions, because once you become a strong man, you decide who rises and who falls. We will recover that post from Satan. Every